think it'll take for that third party to like gain some kind of credence amongst Americans where like it's an option? Because like I always pick a third party when I vote, especially for presidential situations. So like whenever I talk to other people, their first thing is like, especially the last two elections, they're like, I don't really like either one of these choices, but if I vote this third party, they're not really going to win. So like, and everyone has that same mindset. That third party is never going to get that vote because everybody just assumes because they they think if they vote for that person, it's not going to mean anything. But it's also crazy because those are the same people that tell you every vote counts, and they'll vote for a Democrat or a Republican. And it's very frustrating for me sometimes when I deal with people because they're like, they think they don't have any other options, and that's only because they've limited themselves to these two options.
Yeah. All right. So this is where I'm gonna give out some free game. Okay. This is my line of work, in a lot of ways, and definitely figuring out political strategy to a certain extent. Okay. Now, what I'm about to say, I cannot say at work because it's not leaning any type of way. What I'm about to say is for wins. It's for W's. Okay? So this is a nonpartisan strategy playbook coming your way. All right. The first thing is the first thing I think wait, what was the last thing you said? No, because it was a certain point that you made that I wanted to.
I was saying that because people, when it comes to voting in the booth, they think that their vote won't count if they vote for this third party because they don't think they're gonna make any kind of reasonable impact. So because of that, they tend to just vote Democrat or Republican. And I said those same people tend to be the same people that tell me their every vote counts. And that's why they end up voting for Republican or a Democrat. And when you say that, I'm like, if you think every vote counts, why don't you vote for this third party person? And they never really have an answer for that. It's like, oh, they're not going to win anyway, so why waste my vote?
If I am the Democratic Party, my strategy shifts to the primaries.
Okay.
And I put a lot of my energy into running competitive primary races. The reason why I do that is because nobody votes in the primaries.
True.
There's no energy in the primaries. When people say your vote counts, they mean it counts in the primaries. That's what they're talking about.
All right.
And so the primaries is the opportunity on the Democratic Party side is the opportunity to actually figure out the candidate that your base is going to be energized behind. The primaries, I think traditionally up until this point, what we've seen, and especially over the last 2 years, it's basically just a battlegrounds. It's like who's going to survive to this? Who's going to be able to raise the most money? Whose PR team is going to be able to handle the most? Like who's going to be able to handle press and money and not saying no stupid shit across the country? That's what the primaries are basically about, right? That's where every candidate is telling you exactly what you want to hear as a member of their base. They're not even talking to nobody that's not a Democrat. Right? They're talking to their base. Especially being an identity-laden group. Like that's what they focus on and trying to be representative. They need to switch their focus to the primaries. And what they'll get out of the primaries is data collection. They'll figure out all the demographics that they need to not just get somebody to vote, but what you want to aim for as the Democratic Party at this point is energizing people. It's not enough to just have a voter base. Your get out the vote efforts are not enough. You need energy. You need people that's going to go get other people. You need Democratic evangelists. You need people who are going to go out talking about this shit.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do on that side. On the Republican side, what you have to do is shut the fuck up. That's all you have to do on the Republican side. What you do, if I was the Republicans, what I do is I start having all of these town halls in the hood. That's what in primary time. I'm talking about the same timeline.
Those are going to get contentious.
I don't think they will, because all you have to do is let people talk.
Remember old girl, it was a viral clip a couple weeks ago where she was snapping like on those the council.
Yeah, the city council.
Yeah.
Don't let it be organized by city council.
Because I feel like shit like that.
What you do is you don't even have to let whoever is organizing the event, they don't even have to be like loud Republicans or loud on the right. All they have to do is create a platform for people to be able to express their grievances. You
think people will show up?
Maybe.
For like if they know the person's Republican?
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to make that a thing.
You like just talk to a congressman,
Not even. Or I would create like a community roundtable or a town hall. Right now, traditionally, these town halls are put on by the city council or by a candidate, right? But what I would do is I would create it as a neighborhood thing. So, like, this don't have nothing to do with politicians. This don't have nothing to do with representatives or none of that.
Better?
What do we, as the members of this neighborhood, want? What are our priorities? What do we concerned about? And I would do a series of those across the hood.
Okay.
And then what I would do is I would take all of those priorities and I would figure out how to market them in a Republican way, because what's going to happen is they're going to hear a bunch of Democratic talking points.
Yeah.
But what they need to do is figure out how to repackage those to their talking points and still appeal to those same people. So, for example, really great example, if I'm the Republicans, you know the first thing that I do right now?
Call Kanye West.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'm passing a bill through the Senate that eliminates student debt immediately.
But that doesn't fall in line with the Republican values.
Check this out, though.
Okay.
First 100 hours of Joe Biden's presidency, I'm pushing that through the Senate. And I'm going to tell everybody, hey, as the Senate, as the GOP, hey, we have this student debt cancellation bill on the table. It's on Biden's desk President Biden's desk right now. Put the pressure on him. But you know what I also do that I don't say publicly? I put a whole bunch of Republican priorities attached to that bill and force them to decline it. So that what do you get to say? Joe Biden ran on the promise of eliminating student debt. The Republican Party presented a bill that would do just that. And what did they do? They reneged on their promise in the first 100 hours of being president. This is what we're up against.
And
I do that immediately.
And if Joe Biden was more like Trump, he'd be like, that was trash.
Yeah.
Like Joe Biden's going to try to be more PC. Like, well, there was a lot of, what do they call, fat on the bill or whatever. Or
you mean like the 94 crime bill?
Yeah, so like.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I'm not giving him 100 days. Yeah. I'm talking about immediately.
Hours.
I'm talking about the first thing that comes across his desk is a motherfucking student debt cancellation bill. Immediately off rip. That's the first thing I'm saying. And make it come out the Senate because they're running it. They're controlling it. The House will never approve that shit if they attach the right things to it that they want.
Yeah.
And then if they do accept it, then you getting shit that you want out of it anyway. I don't know.
That's true.
That's
a good strategy.
That's what I would do. I would do that shit. I would already have my motherfuckers writing that shit right now.
My motherfuckers.
Because on January 20th, I need that email to go out, bro. I need that. I need that shit. I need that vote. I need that vote to happen. Yeah. That's the first thing that I would do. And all of this, by the way, has nothing to do with actually leading this country. I just want that to be another point that we make. None of this has anything to do with leading the country in the direction that it's supposed to go. What it does have to do with is empowering the people of this country with understanding how it works and using the systems that govern us for our benefit.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Because believe it or not, these political parties actually are here to serve us, right? They have to rebrand based on our needs. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
That's something that's very, very important. They need to rebrand. We are the CEOs. They are the marketing team. That's really how this should go.